guys, Thomas from Team Sakuraso here, coming at you guys with another episode of 5 Yu-Gi-Oh cards that desperately need a reprint. Before we start off this video, 2 quick rules. The first one being that I am not going to mention any cards that I have on previous episodes, even though it's been a while since I've moaned about Neos not getting a reprint and how I can go on for literal hours on why Konami just refuses to reprint this over a decade non-meta hero fusion. That's kind of a cop-out, so I'm going to stay away from that. The second one is I'm not going to mention any cards from a recent core sets going up to like Ignition Assault. Reason being is because we all know Dogmatic stuff, you know, Triple Tactical Talents, and, you know, Dragon's Mirror, just examples from Rise of the Duels, are probably going to get reprints in the Megaton that's coming out in a month. And we've already started getting leaks, so we're probably going to get the full set in 2 or 3 weeks. You know, Eternity Code, we know we're going to get the Dinosaur and we're going to get Chamber Dragon Maid, most likely. You guys get the point. So I don't want to mention any of those cards from core sets, but if they dodge the tins, they definitely will be eligible for the next 5 cards that desperately need a reprint. Like usual, if you guys can smash that like button, that would be great. If we could get like 45, 50 likes, that would be awesome. If you're not subscribed, hopefully today's day I earn your subscription. About 32% of people watch my videos are not subscribed, so hey, if you guys subscribe and usually my videos get 400 to 600 views, maybe even sometimes more, sometimes less, hey, that's like 200-300 subs probably right there. So make sure you subscribe because we're aiming for 2,000 subs by the end of the year, and we're about 350 short, so hopefully we reach that goal. Also, if you're buying any cards off TCG Player, please use my affiliate link down in the description below. Helps out the channel to no additional cost to you. Consider checking out all my social in the description below and being a YouTube channel member. And we're going to get right to it. The first card I have here is Blackluster Solder of Chaos. Now, what this card does is it's a Link 3. If you use a level 7, it cannot be targeted or destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And when it destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can actually activate one of these effects where this card gains either 1500 attack, that's a permanent increase by the way, and it's already, you know, a 3000k monster, so very, very strong. This card can make a second attack during the battle phase of your next turn, or you could banish 1 card on the field, and it does not target, so really, really good. The reason why I'm telling you guys that this card needs a reprint is because the cheapest version is $95, and the other versions, besides the original print being $95 from Battles of Legend, is a Ghost Warrior worth about $200 to $300 and an Ultimate Rare coming out OTS Pack 17. Now, the issue with this card is it's not accessible to the wider audience. Now, when it gets the Ultimate Rare print, I'm going to assume that the Secret Rare is going to drop to maybe $60. But that's still not very affordable, and we've had this card out for a very long time, and we've seen prints of it quite often, and it just keeps getting harder and harder to access. So I think what Konami needs to do is they need to give us this card as a Ultra Rare, or maybe in the Megatins, or some type of reprint where it's at least, you know, $20 or $30, you know, somewhat accessible for the extra deck. So hopefully we'll see that, because Konami's done this with cards like Firewall as well, where Firewall got an errata, and we have a Ghost Rare and an Ultimate Rare. So yes, and it's not as meta relevant as this card, but Ultimates are still around $30, $35, and that's after a while of OTS 16 being out. So little Timmy can't really get his Firewall to play his little Cybers deck, and it's kind of awful. It's like that, but 3 times worse, where, you know, this card is meta relevant, and a lot of decks, especially certain decks like Ultrageist, that can really abuse this card pretty well. Not the level 7 effect, but, you know, they sometimes don't have the extra material to go to a Link 4, but this is actually pretty good as a Link 3, so they could just stop right here. My point being is that this card desperately needs a reprint. Now, the second card I have here is Cursed Eldland. Now, when Golden Boy himself got reprinted in Maximum Gold, and this card did not, it went up from about $1 or $2 all the way up to a $30, $35 card, and it was like that for as long as Eldritch were meta relevant. Now, they're still somewhat meta relevant, but they're nowhere near as when they were at full power. You know, they're still a very good engine, and I think that they could spike in the future. Now, Eldland's currently, at the time of me making this video, is about $20 to $22, $23 a copy, which is actually quite a bit of money, and I think that this card needs a reprint, hopefully in Maximum Gold El Dorado as a rare. I think that would be awesome, or as a gold rare. Hey, that would be cool too. It would also match Golden Boy as well. So I think this card desperately needs a reprint, especially because it is a 3 of in the deck or engine, depending on how you run it. And with Live Twins getting new support, Live Twin Eldritch is a thing. And, you know, other iterations, like I've seen a lot Eldritch variants kind of pop off. And I think it would be really great if we got a reprint of Cursed Eldland. The third card that it desperately needs a reprint is actually Dragon Maid Hospitality. Now, if you guys don't know what this does, it's supposed to summon a Dragon Maid monster from your hand or graveyard in defense position, and then you can send a Dragon Maid monster with the same attribute but a different level from your deck to your graveyard. So you special summon from your hand or graveyard, and then you Foolish, right? Really, really good card. Gets you a lot of advantage. This card is about $25 to $35 on a, you know, 35 on a bad day, 25 even a little lower on a good day. Reason being is because we got a lot of reprints in Maximum Gold when it comes to Dragon Maids. We got Kitchen Maid and Nurse, so the deck was a lot more playable. This was their $5-6 super rare that you needed to play at 2 or 3, and since everyone wanted to play Dragon Maids or play them in a Dragon Link-esque way, a lot of people got the reprints and a lot of the other cards, but Mystic Fires is a set that actually sold very, very well. I don't know why, I don't know how, to be honest with you. I think that set wasn't that good, but point is, a lot of players loved it and bought into it. But Dragon Maid Hospitality, everyone started getting 3 copies. Eventually, and it was a short print, so eventually it went higher and higher to a point of a buyout of no return. I think this card desperately needs a reprint because once it does, Dragon Maids are definitely very affordable, especially for the casual player, especially in lower rarities. You know, they still have to spend a little bit of money, but it's nothing crazy like they do now, where they have to basically spend, you know, $75 to $100 for a playset. So I think this card would benefit the community of getting a reprint. Hopefully get in Maximum Gold El Dorado, or hey, even the tins is like a secret rare. I think that would be awesome. Now, the fourth card that desperately needs a reprint is Madolche Queen Tiramisu. Now, if you guys don't know, I don't know how you're watching this channel, you don't know, Madolche Queen Tiramisu is my favorite boss monster. And the reason why this card's so good is because it is a non-target, shuffling 2 of your opponent's monsters back into the deck. And then you get effects off ticket because you end up getting Madolches to your hand or deck. And then you could, you know, if you have ticket, you can special summon it, you know, and basically you get a lot of crazy shenanigans. The reason why this card desperately needs a reprint is because commons are $10, gold rares are like 16, 17. First and ultras are to the moon, they're like 25 to 30. And then ultis, I'm glad I got mine at like 9, 10 bucks a pop for first set ultimate rares back when Abyss Rising first came out, because again, I'm a Madolche fanboy. I have been since day one. But ultis are about, for first sets, are 100 plus. Now, this card you need about 3 copies to run the deck. Yeah, you could get away with 2, but you need 3 copies. And Madolches have been the most expensive casual deck, or at least one of the most expensive casual decks that we've gotten in at least the last 5-6 years. We've desperately needed reprints, and we've seen cards like Madolche Madolche being $25, $35, then getting a reprint in dual power or a dual overload, one of the two. We've seen Madolche Angeles be about $25, $30 to $50. So we got the reprint in Battles of Legend Armageddon, and now it's about $3, $4 secret rare, with ultra rare still being quite a bit of money, you know, roughly $10. My point is, we have seen Madolche reprints quite a bit, or upgrades. Once we get this card, because Pudding says, for example, another card having a first set ultra as $30, $35 and being a 1-of in the deck, you guys get the point. Madolche Queen Tiramisu is one of the last Madolche cards I've not seen a reprint in. I think we're actually at a decade at this point, almost, since this got a reprint. And the reason why this card needs a reprint is because it's one of the last Madolche cards for the deck to be very affordable. It's still going to run you up some cash for sure, but it will be affordable. And once we get this, we're going to see a lot more Madolche cards, especially because the deck is quite expensive, especially if you're running Heralds and the most competitive build with droplets. You know, it is a rogue deck that is a fan favorite. A lot of people love Madolches. Trust me, you're looking at a guy right here. We all kind of look like this. I don't know why, but you could stereotype Madolche. We also like anime. We're huge weebs. But point is, once this card gets a reprint, it's going to be a much more affordable deck. A lot of people who would love this deck that can't afford it can finally start playing the deck, you know, approximately. We also got Who Cake reprints as well. That was awesome. Because again, a lot of the Madolche cards went to the moon. So hopefully we'll see a reprint of Madolche Queen tiramisu soon. And I would actually love to see a secret rare version. That would be really awesome. I would love to have one. I would still run my ultimate rares, but I actually, for example, I love running ultra rare Angeli, but I still have secret rare Angelis because they look gorgeous. Sometimes I like to swap, you know, see something new. So hopefully we'll get in a secret rare. That would be awesome. And hopefully we'll get it soon. And the last card for this 5 cards, I desperately need a reprint. And if you guys haven't smashed that like button, hopefully you do. Same with subscribing and all that. Is actually a 2-parter. Yes, it's technically 6 cards that desperately need a reprint because I'm going to bunch these in together. And this is Malicious Bane in Adjusted Gold from Immortal Destiny. Now, only hero players, and I really truly mean this, only hero players can look at a 1-of like Adjusted Gold and Malicious Bane and think to themselves, this should be we can make this 100 plus for a 1-of that nobody wants besides hero players and some collectors. What these cards do is they actually help heroes OTK and put an extra body on board that's really, really strong. It actually does help the hero strategy significantly. The reason why these cards need a reprint is because they just have no business being 100 plus. This is one of the only cards where a lot of players are actually running forward because it's a lot cheaper, and this is the only way they can afford the card. I personally am of the mindset in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where if you're running a deck that is not meta relevant and you just want to run it, you shouldn't have to break an arm and a leg to play that deck and afford it. When I look at heroes, I don't look at a deck that's very expensive offhand. Yeah, you know, Stratos are $2-3, Shalmis are like $2-3, right? It is some money, but it's nothing too insane. You know, they have some of their cards that you could spend $10, $15, $20 on. But 100 plus 2 times for 1-ofs that you cannot use in any other deck but heroes is absolutely insane. Adjusted Gold being 150 plus, actually. These cards desperately need a reprint because, like I said, you shouldn't be paying this much for hero cards. And Immortal Destiny only hinges off these 2 cards. If you guys actually look at Immortal Destiny, the only other card that has any relative money to it is Cursed Necrofear and a Prayer Plant Fusion that, you know, nobody really cares about in the long scheme of things. So it's just these 2 hero cards, and they're so unbelievably short print that it just hurts. So hopefully these 2 cards will get a reprint, because once they do, I think the price of the ultras will definitely crash down. They're not going to be worthless, but they're going to go into something that's relatively normal, and hopefully people will get their hands on these cards for a lot cheaper. If you guys enjoy these 5 cards to have, you know, to reprint, make sure to smash that like and subscribe. But what I want to know in the comment section below is, what cards do you guys think need a reprint? Let me know in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.